Hey guys, hey. I'm trying to think what I want to call this video, what I want to title this video. But the goal of this video is to encourage someone. You know, I'm going to say some things that I wish maybe someone would have said to me or that I would have received differently. So I'm going to speak from an avenue of someone who's been on the journey, through the journey, and now is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But pretty much I want to encourage you today to trust the process. I'm probably going to get emotional. I'm not even planning for this to happen, but I already feel it coming. What the heck? What year was it, guys? 2012, 2013, no, 2014, going into 2014, I think. I quit my job, I quit my career. I made 3 or 4 videos about that. I will put them in the link below. I quit my job, part 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know, one was like 2014, let's go. One was about getting your faith up. And I did that knowing that I knew that was the right decision for my life. I really gotta get a tissue. Like, I feel it. I just got a whole cloth. I knew that was the right decision for me. I knew that's what I needed to do, wanted to do, and I knew that's what I heard God telling me. And between then and now, a lot has happened, a lot has transpired. I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I've been through some extreme ups and downs. I've been through a lot of downs that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of downs that either the people closest to me only know about, or either they don't even know about. I went through some downs that only I know about, and I kept to myself, and I kept between me and God. And I was so confident, I was so sure, and I was so positive of what I had heard and what I knew was right for my life. And then before I knew it, I was back in the field. I was back working. I was back, you know, in a job I didn't like, you know, in a career I didn't love, in a job that I hated. And the feeling of regret, the feeling of what's wrong with me, the feeling of what happened, I thought I was supposed to do this, all of these thoughts and feelings came over me. And then comes anger. You know, like, well, God, I did what you told me to do, and it didn't work out like you said it was going to work out. You know, all of these feelings and all of these thoughts and feeling like I'm a failure, and I went through all of that, and a lot of people didn't know that I was going through that. And part of it wasn't because I was hiding it, but I assumed that maybe I had heard God wrong, or I assumed that maybe I had heard my gut wrong. So I jumped back into a job just like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Whew. And yes, I am still working. I am still working. What I want to challenge you today is to trust the process, because I've been through a lot, like I said, a lot of downs within the past 2 or 3 years, and I felt like I was drowning and couldn't catch my breath and couldn't get my head above water and just did not know what was going on. And then one day, I was in church one day, and God answered a prayer, a question that I had been asking him for years. For years and years and years. Not just these 2 or 3, but for years. And I told my brother, this video was not supposed to be a tearjerker. I told my brother that day, I said it was like God had a bullhorn and was screaming in my ear. And I was like joking with it. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to start rolling around this floor, because God was just talking and talking and talking. I say all that to say, the things that he was saying to me and downloading in my spirit, and things that he was telling me about my brand, about Thick and Curly, none of that would be possible. And none of that would be able to manifest if I had not gone through what I had been through for my life and for these past 2 or 3 years. And of course there's a part of me like, God, why didn't you tell me this years ago? God, did you tell me this and I wasn't listening? Of course all that's there, but what I'm saying is trust the process. Every single thing you are going through is for a reason. Every single thing you are going through is for a reason. Every single thing you are going through is for a reason. I know it gets frustrating. I know it gets discouraging. I know it is just filled with regret and anger and neglect, feeling like God is neglecting you. I know it's filled with that. You have your few ups where you see things getting better, or you're just in a good mood, but a lot of times it's hell. A lot of times it's dark. But like I said, now being on the other side, now getting my breath, now getting my head above water and feeling like I can breathe again, I'm saying I know for a fact that my next step would not be possible without all the millions of steps I took before. Trust your gut. Trust what you know is right for you. Do what you know is right. Do what you have peace with, no matter how it looks. And it might not manifest right then. I'm speaking right now for myself. It might not manifest right then, but those steps are just, you know, layers and layers. Those are bricks, so that you can eventually build your brick wall. You can build the monument out of each brick. But you got to get those bricks. In order for you to become a professional in some things, you got to experience some things. Everything takes practice. Any career, any talent, any hobby, any trade, any skill, anything that you become good at, you had to practice. So is the story of life. You have to go through some things. You have to practice some things in order to become a pro. And of course, as things begin to manifest with the brand, with my life, of course I'll give you guys more, but I'm very cautious of what I say because everything needs to be released in God's timing. I do think that, you know, there are dream stealers out there, dream catchers, dream stealers, whatever, and they'll speak against, you know, what you know God has for you. So I'm not going to reveal everything now, but, and I'm still not like, oh, I made it, look, Mom, we made it. I ain't there yet, but I'm closer. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and for a long time I couldn't see that light. For a long time I knew the light was there, but I couldn't see it, and that is the most frustrating feeling ever. So again, I am here to encourage you, the person who's watching this right now. You can't see the light, but you know what your gut is telling you. You know what the voice of God is telling you. You know what the Spirit of the Lord is telling you for your life. Follow that. Let that be the light that you follow. And that light will eventually get you to the end. It might not take a week. It might not take a year. It might not take 10 years. I don't know what your time frame will be, but it'll be worth it in the end. I know that it's not make it feel better right now, but I do believe that God has sent me to at least one of you, that you're going to hear this and it's going to click that right now things are rough, and you're going to begin to feel better because you're looking at someone who has been there and who is coming out of that, and who is saying that I would not be where I am, I would not be the person I am if I had not gone through that. So every time you go through a downer day, a bad day, a feeling of hell, every time you go through that, think about how much better that's making you for whatever God has told you to do with your life. I hope this helps. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned. More to come. Peace and blessings, thick and curly.